Hello, my name is Bartek Marnane, and I'm the Director of Engineering for Growth at GitLab. In this video, I'm going to run through our user registration flows, both for new GitLab.com users as well as those on self-managed instances. These user flows are being improved over the next several releases, so I'll call out some of the existing pain points and areas that we're improving. So let me share my screen first. And let's register as a new user. There are a number of ways to start the registration process within GitLab. There's a number of call to actions. Try GitLab free, lets you start a trial. There's register, which is what I'm going to go through, which is registering for an account. Another free trial option, but this one at least gives you the option for them whether you want a hosted version or a self-managed version. And also there we have a separate site at customers.gitlab.com, which allows you to register and create a new account straight away there. As well as the pricing page is the final option as well. So let me go ahead and create a new account. In my details. Now the username will show up as already being taken. So I'm going to create a second one. I think I'm up to number 2. The email address doesn't. So even though this email address that I'm typing in here is in use, I won't get an error saying that that's invalid. And that's primarily for security. We don't want to allow people to enumerate email addresses to see if they're valid or not. So let me create a new email address, type in a password, accept the terms and conditions. We could probably fix up the UX for that last checkbox. Now, select images of boats. Boat, boat, boat. Fantastic. And I'm just going to register now. There was a previous issue where we were inadvertently showing an @ symbol in front of the first name. That has recently been fixed. So that's there. And this allows me to then create my role, continue onwards, and from here, then start my free trial. So let me create that company. There's 5 of us. Oh no, 100. Telephone number, and just myself, and I am in Australia. Now I get an email that gives me a license key for my trial. That takes a little while to arrive in my experience, so I don't know if I'll do that as part of this particular demo. And then start. Great, I have an account. This probably isn't the best dashboard to show somebody straight away. Other flows take you directly into the new project and new namespace pages, so there's some work we can probably improve there as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out from here and then set up a separate registration directly from the pricing page. So I'm going to get back to gitlab.com. This time I'm going to click on pricing and choose one of the options. And I'm going to choose the self-managed option where I host. Now this one's a bit interesting. This one sends us to this website here, customers.gitlab.com. And the first thing that you'll notice is that the UX isn't consistent. So the fact that we send people over to a different site with different UX is probably one of the most, one of the areas that we can most improve in terms of the user experience there. And that's even if I create as a 0 price user. So if I create a free account that I'm self-hosting, let's say that I want to do that on Ubuntu, then I'm actually not sure what's just happened then. Oh, here we go. I've got the necessary dependencies and ways to do this. Let me go back a step. Go back to the pricing page, click on Buy Now, and choose a purchased self-managed instance, and talk about this registration process. One of the problems here is I already have an account. So I should be able to sign in with the account that I just created. Fortunately, it doesn't work because with our customers portal, it actually has a separate login, and that's not entirely obvious to users. If I choose to sign in with my GitLab.com account and go through this process again, there we go. So I've got an error that I haven't verified my email address. I'm just going to, in a separate window, check my email and confirm my account. So let me click on that link here. Hopefully this works. All right, so now I'm going to sign in again. Great. So I've got my new account, and this time I've got a page which is a lot nicer in terms of the call to action. So things that I can actually do now that I'm on board. So this feels a little bit more user friendly. But once again, if I sign out of there and I try to do anything related to payments through the customer's application, and then I try to sign in. So once again, this won't work because I have a separate account that I haven't created. So I need to sign in with my GitLab.com account. And I don't believe that this will send me to any payment sessions. Let's have a look. Okay, great. So this has actually let me into the customer's application, and now I can continue and purchase a plan. So I'm going from my free account and I'm purchasing let's say this one for a self-managed instance. And so one of the other problems that you can see here is straight away, I haven't previously had to input any address details. We do when there are places where you do put them, but here this NA is once again a little bit user hostile, and there's no real reason why we do that instead of just showing a form with the address details. Now I can update that. And then whatever I put in here will then reflect back onto the account. So there's a number of areas here where the flow isn't consistent, it isn't great. And these are areas that we're tackling over the next few releases. One of the biggest ones is putting all of this UX for the customers portal directly into GitLab.com. So you have the same purchasing experience, whether you are using the self-managed option or the hosted option. And that will improve a lot of our inconsistencies. Customer's application stores subscription information against the user as well as opposed to against the company record. So there's also additional support when people leave their company. These are areas that we're all tackling as well. We set up records when you register in Salesforce, in our payment gateway Zora, and a number of other places around GitLab for provisioning. And one of the problems that we have is if that data doesn't make it through or is inconsistent or changes on the other end, then we don't reliably replicate that back. So having a single source of truth with a single login across those sites, which allows you to purchase and manage your account, certainly help us quite a bit. My aim is to do these demos every fortnight as we progress through these issues and show where we can demonstrate some progress. Thank you for your time.